on DR today? Shame. From Dr. Blank to Director Maria Jones, Record Keeping and Information Security Administration. Yeah, I know that place. Subject: revision of SCP-076 SCP file. Blank. I have to go on record as saying that I seriously object to the proposed revisions of the SCP-076 Special Containment Procedure file. I know that Redact All Important Stuff Already claims it's a security risk. You and I both know it's just top brass trying to sweep their biggest and most embarrassing mistake ever under the damn rug. Omega 7 happened. It existed. Those people died because you screwed up, and you can't change that, no matter how hard you try to hide it. For God's sakes, man, those people guarding him deserve to know exactly what he is and what he did. What we did. How we fucked up. So that they'll know better. Blank. So she has done this before. How much has she covered up?
Hey!
Hey.
Are you, feeling any better? You wanna talk about it?
I don't.
Okay.
Honestly, I don't know how to talk about it. I haven't talked about it to anyone.
You wanna give it a try?
Maybe later. I did something. I don't... I kind of don't think I can ever really be forgiven for it.
Welcome to the Foundation.
Someone has been making contact with me. DR. I don't know who they are, but they've been showing me things. Either in the stacks that you get delivered or at the bottom of printer piles. There are notes there for me. First there was this one. Scrawlings from a woman being held captive. It came with the files on 087. I'm not sure how they're connected. Then he sent me a couple of letters from someone called Eberhard to another person called David. It was about the Schwarzwald.
That's where you were stationed before here, right?
It vaguely mentions what happened, but it was more focused on a cult operating in the forest.
Oh.
Thing is, when we were there, we had no knowledge of this group being there. Seems like they were doing some kind of ritual when things went wrong. I don't know how they're related just yet. I need more information.
They're spying on you.
Huh?
On the front page of these letters, they talk about 076 and Maria. They're listening to you.
Well, yeah, but we're always getting spied on in here.
Well, yeah, but we don't know who this DR is. They might not be part of the Foundation. This could be a major security risk.
I don't know about that. I feel like with everything they know, either they're a higher up in the Foundation or... well, the leak is much bigger than me.
Well, First of all, fuck you for not letting me in on this.
Huh?
I'm like your only friend here, man. Let me in on your shit.
We're friends?
Oh, you sad little man. Anyway, what's the plan now?
I guess keep following down the rabbit hole? Item number SCP-076. Object Class Killer. Special Containment Procedures. Containment Area 25B is to be located 200 meters below sea level, tunneled out of solid bedrock in a seismologically stable area. Sole access to the containment facility is to be through a vertical elevator shaft, separated every 50 meters, with a reinforced blast door, constructed of 20 centimeter thick material shielding. Elevator shaft shall be flooded with seawater when not in use. Containment Area 25B is to be constructed with the following components: an outer security perimeter against outside threats, staffed by security personnel trained in close quarters combat and counter-intrusion tactics, an administrative and support area, ASA, consisting of support facilities and living quarters for on-site personnel, a primary containment zone, PCZ, consisting of a 7-meter cube encased in 1.5 meters of reinforced material. PCZ is to be designed to be flooded and drained as needed, and should remain filled with seawater unless access to contents is required. A 150-meter killing corridor, which is to be the sole access to the PCZ from the ASA, including water, power, drainage, and ventilation lines. The walls and floor of the corridor are to be reinforced in a similar manner to the PCZ, with the addition of an electrical deterrent system capable of delivering 20,000-volt shock. A security station located at the entrance of the killing corridor is to be staffed with no fewer than 3 armed security personnel on watch at any one point in time. Armament is to include, but is not limited to, at least one blank CIW system on a pintle mount with a clear line of sight down the corridor, with a plexiglass screen to protect the operator from thrown weapons. In the event of a full breach, all on-staff site are to proceed immediately to the closest security station for weapons and armor distribution. Staff will remain in Alert Condition 1 until SCP-076-2 is confirmed neutralized. Should 90 minutes pass after declaration of full breach without a stand-down order being given by Level 4 or higher personnel, first contingency measures will be activated, flooding the entire facility in seawater and sealing off the access shaft for a minimum of 24 hours before retrieval is attempted. This will, by necessity, result in the deaths of all on-site staff. Description: SCP-076 consists of 2 components: a stone cube, SCP-076-1, and a humanoid entity contained within, SCP-076-2. SCP-076-1 is a 3-meter cube made of black speckled metamorphic stone. All surfaces outside and within SCP-076-1 are covered in deeply engraved patterns corresponding to no known civilizations. Radioisotope analysis indicates that the object is approximately 10,000 years old. A door is located on one side, sealed with a lock 0.5 meters in width, surrounded by 20 smaller locks and a circular pattern. As of yet, none of the keys have been found, making the door impossible to lock once closed. Interior temperature is approximately 93 Kelvin and cannot be altered by any means, internal or external. Directly in the center of the room is a 2.13 meter tall stone coffin, held in place and sealed shut by several chains of unknown make and substance, which are attached to the inner corners of SCP-076-1. SCP-076-2 resembles a lean, Semitic human male in his late 20s. Hair is black, and eyes are gray, skin tone olive. Subject is 1.96 meters in height and 81.65 kilograms in weight. Numerous tattoos depicting arcane and occult iconography are present all over the body, mostly in the form of leering demonic faces, and ranges from subtle to openly ostentatious. Subject, when encased inside SCP-076-1, is technically dead. However, occasionally SCP-076-2 will awaken, effectively reanimating, complete with all vital processes needed to sustain a living human being. Subject will then attempt to leave SCP-076-1. If successful, subject will enter a trance state and seek out the nearest human being, ignoring all other living things in the process. Upon coming into contact with living humans, SCP-076-2 will enter a rage state in which it attempts to engage and kill all human beings encountered. To date, only the subject's death has been shown to be effective in ending these rampages. Terminating SCP-076-2 is often problematic due to its significant physical abilities. Subject has superhuman strength and speed, and although not invulnerable, has shown a remarkable ability to ignore pain and shock, pressing on despite what would be debilitating wounds in normal humans. Prior encounters have shown that SCP-076-2 has the ability to, among other things, rip through a reinforced steel security door over the course of 4 minutes of sustained assault, clear over 64 meters of distance in under 3 seconds, take multiple 50 caliber BMG rounds to the head, and survive for several minutes to continue killing, despite severe damage to the cerebellum, swat handgun and assault rifle caliber bullets out of the air with a length of steel rebar, survive for over 1 hour deprived of oxygen before finally asphyxiating. SCP-076-2's most unusual ability, however, is its ability to apparently materialize blade weapons out of nowhere. Slow-motion video footage reveals that the blades in question are actually pulled from a miniature dimensional rift, described as a small hole in space. Where this portal leads is unknown, as is how SCP-076-2 is capable of generating said rifts. Footage of the blades in question showed them to be made of completely non-reflective black material, appearing as a black void in space. As the blades rapidly vanish after leaving the subject's possession, no structural analysis is possible at this time. SCP-076-2 has effectively been killed several times in various manners. Sustained fire from multiple heavy caliber machine guns, asphyxiation, crushed beneath a 13.6 metric ton piece of elevator equipment for use on SCP-076-1, cremation through the use of a thermate TH-3 grenade placed directly inside SCP-076-2's open chest cavity. During the worst breach to date, Containment Area 25, which previously housed SCP-076, was forced to detonate its on-site warhead as a last attempt to contain 076-2 while it was attempting to escape, resulting in total destruction of the site and all on-site personnel. SCP-076-1 survived. Upon death, SCP-076-2's remains will putrefy rapidly until reduced to dust. SCP-076-1 and the coffin within will then slam shut with great force, and the lock will rotate, sealing it shut. SCP-076-2 will then reform within the coffin, a process taking anywhere from 6 hours to 25 years. What posthumous analysis of SCP-076-2 exists shows that it has an internal system highly different from that of our own, documented in data expunged. Additional, SCP-076 was found in blank Mongolia and 18 blank by archaeologists from England. All members of the expedition were subsequently killed on the return voyage home. SCP-076 was recovered from the ship blank by the Blank Society, one of the organizations that later merged into the modern Global Occult Coalition, and placed it on display in their inner sanctum. SCP-076 remained in storage for blank years until SCP-076-2 became active and escaped on blank. The reason for SCP-076's activation is currently unknown, but it was at this point that the keys to the outer shell were lost. A massive manhunt lasting over 3 years and blank took place until SCP-076-2 was incapacitated by blank, killing it and causing it to reform inside SCP-076-1, which by then had been retrieved and secured by agents from the SCP Foundation. Subject was in custody for 3 more years under constant supervision and was terminated whenever it became active, although it occasionally was able to escape for short periods of time, often due to security breaches caused by attacks from other organizations. The Foundation's death toll due to this was data expunged, data expunged, data expunged. After the last incident, the current procedures regarding SCP-076 were implemented, although they are upgraded regularly with the increase in technological standards. So, nothing insane just yet. I'm not sure what Maria covered up here, but maybe the final incident?
I feel like that's gonna be in the next page that's classified.
All information regarding Project Able and Mobile Task Force Omega-7 Pandora's Box is classified Q clearance by order of the O5 Council. By proceeding, you are acknowledging that you have clearance to view these files and that you have received need-to-know permission from the appropriate level 4 or higher authority. From Director Maria Jones, Record Keeping and Information Security Administration, the Level 4 Administrators. Subject: RAISA Update to Security Protocol. Supplemental Information, SCP-076. File Name: Addendum 076-1, Project Able and Mobile Task Force Omega-7. Prior Classification 05, New Classification Level 3 Need-to-Know Basis. Effective date blank. Psychological profile of subject SCP-076-2. SCP-076-2 either possesses a mind constructed much differently than our own, or is completely insane. With little empathy or ideas in a way we would understand it, concepts such as sex, love, and equality are completely foreign ideas to 076-2, or at least in comparison to its way of viewing them. Subject has shown that it is completely disinterested in sex, barely differentiating between genders except for as a form of visual identification. Also, while subject has admitted great enjoyment in the act of killing, causing pain, either emotional or physically, it holds no attraction to it. In short, a perfect sociopath. Intelligence tests have been widely inconclusive when applied to SCP-076-2, and no accurate results have yet been obtained. This may be due to the alien thought process of the subject. 076-2 has, however, shown that it has great knowledge of human anatomy, although in a highly violent context. Military tactics of open warfare, metallurgy, and, strangely enough, the care of livestock. Subject has knowledge of several languages, including English, but most notably is its knowledge of several dialects of ancient Sumerian, which seems to be its preferred language. SCP-076 has nothing but contempt for human beings, with one exception. It seems to hold a wary respect for those it acknowledges as its superior. This was discovered when Agent Blank, an agent who had previously had a large amount of experience with SCP-076-2, did not appear once it escaped. Subject seemed distressed, asking several personnel where Agent Blank was hiding. When it finally did learn of the fate of Agent Blank, killed as collateral damage in an airstrike intended to halt the advance of SCP Blank, Subject was then interviewed on the sudden drastic change in its behavior. Begin log. Dr. Blank. Why are you so interested in the death of Agent Blank? Subject begins swearing in ancient Sumerian. Why does his death bother you? You've killed many humans before. Why is he so? Is cut off by 076-2. 076-2 begins speaking in English. Different? Because unlike you, Sumerian word, untranslated, he was a challenge. A real enemy. Why would that be good for you? Every time you've awoken, you've tried to escape. He was responsible for apprehending you several times. Surely you must be glad that he's dead. I would hardly expect you to understand. Do you know he managed to shoot me in the head over blank times? A man like that deserves to die in combat. So close to his opponent he can feel his breath. Not in some Sumerian words, untranslated, destruction ordered by cowardly kings and princes safe in their palaces. The rest of you, SCP-076-2 spits, you disgust me. I don't even have the urge to strike you down. Subject is silent from then on, refusing to speak or respond. End log. This indicates a possible psychological inlet into SCP-076-2's mind, and a possible control mechanism. Given the massive drain on resources SCP-076-2 causes due to its escape attempts, and considering Bo Commission's stated desire to weaponize SCP objects for tactical purposes, I recommend that we pursue the course of action as soon as possible. Dr. PG. From Dr. Blank to Dr. PG. Project Omega-7. Subject blank. He said yes. Blank. Project proposal. Mobile Task Force Omega-7. Pandora's Box. Mission statement. Support of SCP-076-2, ABLE, in the field, in high-risk tactical situations. Task Force Organization. Task Force Special Asset ABLE. Task Force Leader blank. 10 to 20 field agents divided into 5 teams of 3 to 5 each. Members of the team are to be personally selected from elite field agents by Subject Able himself in order to maintain a smooth relationship between the artifact and the mundane elements of the task force. Security Protocol. SCP-076-2, Able, is to wear a device attached to the neck that, if triggered or tampered with, will immediately detonate, terminating SCP-076-2 by way of complete destruction of the spinal cord, trachea, and all major blood vessels in the neck. A tracking device has also been attached to SCP-076-2's person. It is to refrain from killing unless ordered to do so, and is to avoid causing damage to the organization's facilities. Armament and equipment. Team members are to be armed and equipped in accordance with MTF doctrine. As Subject Able has shown no inclination to use firearms, or in fact no understanding of their use or tactical implementation, he is instead to be armed with one or more edged melee weapon of his choice. Addendum. For God's sake, blank. Find these guys something to do. Abel's getting bored and he started putting his team through live fire exercises. They get bullets and he gets training weapons. Have you ever seen someone break a man's jaw using a Nerf sword? He's not going to stop until someone gets killed. Dr. Blank. Report by Dr. PG. Project Omega-7. In light of SCP-076-2's proficient use of Sumerian language, researchers have asked it to translate several documents. While it originally replied with disinterest, it has translated some of the documents it found worthy of its attention. Most of the documents chosen by SCP-076-2 were regarding battles or legendary heroes, one of its favorites in particular being the Epic of Gilgamesh. However, one researcher presented it with a symbol from SCP-073. Upon sight of it, 076-2 became highly enraged, killing several of the researchers before his kill switch could be activated. When revived and questioned about this, SCP-076-2 responded aggressively, and that line of questioning was immediately dropped. It is recommended anything pertaining to 073 never be brought to the attention of 076-2, and that the two are never to be in the same facility. Addendum. SCP-076-7. Recently, SCP-105 has been accepted into the Mobile Task Force Omega-7, having beaten SCP-076-2 in a contest to see which of the two could activate several devices, each spaced over a mile away from each other in the starting point. SCP-105 managed to score significantly higher than SCP-076-2 by using her inherent abilities to her advantage. 076-2 ceded defeat and allowed her to enter into the group. Addendum 076-09. Proposed introduction of SCP-076-2 to SCP-682 put on indefinite hold. Those with a security clearance level 4 or higher may request access to contingency 076-2 number 3. Addendum 076-23. Per the request of the BOW Commission, Mobile Task Force Omega-7 is to be fielded in the blank region of blank against Data Expunged. Letter from Dr. Blank to Dr. PG, Project Omega-7. Subject, don't do it, P. Blank. For God's sake, don't do it. It's bad enough that they're trying to weaponize Iris too. Don't let the military bully us into doing their dirty work against some sand farmers in blank. Blank. Letter from General Blank Bow Blank to Dr. PG, Project Omega-7. Subject, job well done. Excellent work, Doctor. The mission went exactly as expected. We'll be calling you again if we need your help. General Blank Bow Blank. From Dr. Blank to Dr. PG, Project Omega-7. Subject. Hope you're fucking proud of yourself, motherfucker. Hello.jpg. Because you're a bigger asshole than this guy. Email from Dr. PG, Project Omega-7 to Omega-7 team. Subject, reassignment. As of this moment, Dr. Blank has been reassigned to SCP-682 as Level 1 personnel. Email, data expunged. Email from Dr. PG, Project Omega-7 to General Blank Bow Blank. Subject, problems. Data expunged. Despite our best efforts, Subject Abel is proving difficult to control. All our attempts to keep him engaged have been more or less unsuccessful. The problem is, he's a perfect killing machine, and that's all he wants to do, which seems like exactly what we wanted, but the problem is, we can't seem to turn him off. Data expunged. I'm running out of missions to give him, and the ones that I've got left aren't engaging him mentally. He's starting to lash out at the other team members. It's only a matter of time before something goes wrong. Requesting permission to discontinue the project and neutralize Abel temporarily until we can find something more for him to do. Email from Dr. PG, Project Omega-7, to all staff. Subject, alert. This is an automated alert. SCP-076-2 has disabled the explosive collar failsafe and gone out of control. All staff to high alert. Further requests as events warrant. Email from Automated Defense System, Containment Area 25, to all sites. Subject, final option engaged. This is an automated message. Do not reply. As of blank, blank, Containment Area 25 has engaged its on-site nuclear warhead on 10-minute cooldown. Email from O5 Command, to all sites. Subject, Containment Area 25, final option, response. As of blank, blank, Containment Area 25 has been destroyed by detonation of its on-site nuclear warhead. Sites 67 and 68 are to activate the FEMA protocol and secure the location as soon as possible. Official cover stories will be released by RAISA to all personnel once drafted. Revised psychological profile of subject SCP-076-2. SCP-076-2 either possesses a mind constructed much differently than that of our own, or is completely insane, with little empathy or ideas in a way we would understand it. Concepts such as sex, love, and equality are completely foreign ideas to SCP-076-2, or at least in comparison to its ways of viewing them. Subject has shown that it is completely disinterested in sex, barely differentiating between genders except as a form of visual identification. Also, while subject seems to greatly enjoy the act of killing, causing pain either emotionally or physically, holds no attraction to it. Intelligence tests have been widely inconclusive when applied to SCP-067-2, and no accurate results have yet been obtained. This is due to the fact that no communication is possible between the subject when it is in a rage state. Subject displays knowledge of several languages, including English, but most notable is its knowledge of several dialects of Ancient Sumerian, which seems to be its preferred language. SCP-076 has nothing but contempt for human beings, and will kill them on sight. No communication is to be attempted with the subject.
So, she covered this up. Is this like with your... Are you okay?
Yeah. I think I need to lay down.
Max, can I do anything? DR.
Aha! Tara! To what do I owe the pleasure?
Hi, Chris. I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of odd, but I thought if anyone would know, it's the guy in charge.
Of course. Yeah, ask away. Well, weird is what we do after all.
Yeah. Do you know anyone called DR?
As in doctor? I mean, we have a few of those.
No. As in initials, I think. Or a code name or something.
Code name? Ooh, is there some interdepartmental espionage I'm unaware of? No, I'm kidding. No, I'm afraid I don't know anyone by that name. At least, no one that works here.
Uh-huh. Could I know who they are?
Well, one is red-taped, and the other is Daniel Roddenberg. But he is my third-grade gym teacher, and I don't think that's who you're looking for.
Funny. All right.
I do apologize. I wish I could be more of assistance for you. Is there anything else I could help with?
No, it's all right. Thanks anyway.
Oh, and could you shut the door on your way out?
Yeah.
Thanks. Hi, it's me. Mm-hmm. Tell them there's a rat. Someone knows 05. The candidate has proved invalid. Find a new subject.